I've just run an all-out 5k on 3 different types of terrains, so how much of a difference did it make to my 5k time? So for this little experiment, I've tried to keep as many factors as possible the same. So obviously same watch, same runner. I've tried to have at least 4 days of rest between each max out effort. And I've tried to go as hard as I can on all of them. So hopefully it can be a fair test. Obviously it's not going to be perfect. We've got changes in the weather and things like that, and might not be feeling it on the day, but we're going to give it our best shot to make this a fair test, and hopefully we can analyse the results at the end and see how much of a difference terrain makes. So before we start the main bit of the video, I've got a couple clips from my back garden 5k. So I'm not counting this one towards the actual video because I didn't go all out really on it, but this is what it looked like. This was my lap of the garden, so lots of turns. It was really tough on the ankles doing that many laps, and it took me a long time. It took me about 35 minutes, so definitely doesn't count towards the video, but that was another interesting 5k, and yeah, definitely a lot harder than the other ones we're going to be doing in this video. So going into this, my PB was 19:47. Hopefully we're going to be able to beat that on at least one of the terrains. So we're starting with an all off-road terrain. Then we're going to go into an all uphill run. And then to finish, we've got an all downhill run on that same path as the uphill one. So that one, we're hopefully going to break the PB, but we'll see. So for the off-road one, I decided I'd do this at Parkrun because that was all on grass, so I thought that would be a good test and a good way for me to, well, give myself a little energy to go all out on it. And I managed to come third at this Parkrun, which I was pretty happy with. The time was 20 minutes and 50 seconds, so roughly a minute slower than my current PB. I was struggling a little bit with the heat, so maybe that could have affected it, but I think I was more or less going at my max effort there. So off-road, a little bit of hills, clearly makes a little bit of a difference. Now onto the all downhill 5k. This is the exciting one for me, at least. This is the one that it's got to be a PB surely, but let's see how much we can break it by. Very speedy, as you can see, and we managed to get a new PB. 19:47 was the old PB. Our new PB is now 19:30, or 19:33 it was exactly. So very excited by that. Obviously it's not really an official PB, but it's nice to be able to run a 19:30. So total we've got minus 76 meters of elevation or of decline, and obviously we got the Strava proof because if it's not on Strava it didn't happen, everyone knows that, and the official time 19:33 right there, so very happy with that. Now let's have a look at how we can do on the uphill version. I'm doing the exact same loop, so it's now going to be 76 meters uphill. Uphill 5k time, same loop as before, obviously in reverse though. That was absolutely horrendous. I think it felt maybe a little better on my joints than the downhill one, but other than that, the muscles were getting so much more lactic acid, and my heart rate was like 8 beats higher on average, so I was pretty much at my max out there. But yeah, that was horrible. So I've gone from 19:33 to, well, practically 2 whole minutes slower to do the uphill version.
which I suppose sort of makes sense. I didn't think it was going to be that significant though. So that was a really, really tough run, and I was dying at the end of that. So overall, what did we learn from this? I suppose, well, this is the full results. We got 19:47, my old PB, new PB / downhill run, 19:33. Then these are the results for the off-road and uphill. So yeah, I'd say it was a pretty solid experiment and pretty happy with the results. And let me know what sort of things you want to see in the comments, if you want to see similar stuff to this or any other terrains that you wanted me to try, then I will potentially give them a go.